Okay. Hi everyone, thank you for joining us and doing this interview with Bart. He's a native of Kitchener-Waterloo, and he is on his way to California to go study with the Norbertines, to learn more about religious life and kind of discern that possibility with them, I think, right? Can you tell us a little bit about what excites you and why you'd discern with the Norbertines?
Absolutely. So the Norbertine fathers in California, I started discerning them, looking into them, and just through prayer, through spiritual direction, I was able to recognize, as far as I see, that our Lord is calling me there. So there's first thing right off the bat, if I think God's calling me there, that excites me. So, and for me at the Norbertine fathers, it's that they're monastic and it's priestly, and it has a very beautiful balance to the life. There's a lot of prayer, of course, the Mass.
Is that the monastic part, the prayer? And okay,
absolutely.
yeah.
So they do foster that kind of contemplation, a life of contemplation, from the table reading, from the silence that some of the day includes, and praying the office throughout the different parts of the day, and being in community, and then having time for study or going out and some recreation with the brothers. I'm looking forward to California, starting Washington this August.
Yeah, California, nice place.
Nice place, but interestingly, I really like winter and I like snowboarding, so yeah. There's going to be some sacrifice going that way, and yeah. But all that fades away once you are following God's will. You know, it's one priest told me that it's, you know, in religious life, it's your heart expands. You become so generous that certain things that you were not looking forward to, or you thought maybe you would never be able to do or care about, all that starts fading away once you walk with God and discern doing His will. It just goes away. You care about doing God's will. And yeah.
Now I understand that you're a graduate from Wilfrid Laurier University.
Yep, I graduated Wilfrid Laurier in 2009. And
you've got your qualifications to be a teacher?
Yeah, indeed, yep. Okay. It was a concurrent program with Nipissing, actually. So
nice.
So I finished to be a teacher, and you know, I found that with discernment, you sometimes almost have to look backwards to see how God's been forming you. So it's interesting that I went through teaching, and I didn't really pick teaching with that in mind, that I'm going to be a teacher to, you know, and thinking about the priesthood in advance. Just looking backwards, you almost see this path carved out for you. So it's really interesting that I went through teaching, and here I am with this order that I'm drawn to, and sincerely discerned that God's calling me this way. And they do teaching. They have that apostolate of teaching in a prep school.
Now, how did you hear about the Norbertines, first of all?
It was a friend who told me about them he visited them, and I was interested, and I looked into them on the internet, and at first, you know, I looked them up, I was interested, but then they were shut down kind of prematurely, and then there was another buddy who visited, and he told me more about them. I got really interested. So gathering information about the life, gathering more data, seeing the pictures and videos, that can be an important part. Not to be a perpetual internet discerner, but to have more knowledge. So that's part of the discernment process, is going on that website, checking it out. But then, you know, you got to step up and take some action. So I went out there for 2 weeks and did more discernment, gathered more data, prayed more, and our Lord reveals a lot through that. So.
Did you discover this, you know, as you're praying in a church? Is it adoration, you know? Is it going to Mass? I mean, is it that mysterious, what you discover this vocation?
Yeah, that's one thing that's our Lord has kind of broken down, is that there's this crazy mystery a part of this discernment. It's a relationship with God. It's a relationship with God, and being able to listen to Him and putting yourself in a position to listen. So yes, absolutely, going to adoration, listening, living a life with the sacraments, going to Mass, going to confession regularly. It's so important to have a spiritual director. Our Lord works through other people, and a director is so important in our lives that a lot is revealed through that. So through those steps, it's nothing crazy, nothing mysterious. It's just taking a day by day, step by step, listening to God, living, you know, praying every day, and doing those things: mass, confession, spiritual direction, and everything else that's required. So.
Wow. Well, I hope that great things continue to surprise you and unfold in your life as you go down to California.
Yeah.
And I hope you get a little bit of snowboarding in, to recharge the battery along the way. So thank you very much, Bart, for doing this interview.
Thanks a lot, Father Toby.
You're welcome.
God bless.